morning, guys. This is Kenzo Xtrahot Forex. Let's go to our weekly analysis as it's Sunday. Firstly, before we do anything, let me tell you this coming week is going to be your next winning streak, as is going to be our next winning streak. Last week was a very nice one, so we also know that even this week is going to be a very nice week, right? So we are on your Euro USD, and we are on we are on 4 hour time frame. You see, why on 4 hour time frame? Because a bigger time frame, it's better to see what the market is doing. It's better than 1 hour. It's better than 15 minutes. You see. So why? Because we're looking this on a bigger scale, so that we can understand what might happen maybe the coming days from starting from tomorrow. You see, so you can see now that this bearish momentum now is becoming something of the past. It's now moving away and further away from what is happening now here. So it means we're no longer going to talk much about it, because I think maybe we talked enough about that downtrend. If you still remember, this downtrend has been there for some time. That's why we were just talking about it for some time, because the market was just going down and the market was just respecting that. But since the market is no longer under that bearish momentum, as you can see, the market is no longer under that bearish momentum. We see a nice breakout here. You can see this was our first breakout. The market tried and retested here. So now the market is creating something like that. I hope you can see that. So maybe this might confuse you. Let me just remove that, or I can just place it up to here. You can see that. So what might happen from this area? I suspect that the market might start to create things like this, moving higher. The market can create. Let me just draw the proper line. Please, guys, if you're not subscribed yet, just smash that subscribe button and let's grow the channel. So something like this. I just want you to understand something. So when the market is changing the direction, you can see actually the market is changing the direction. The market was just going lower. Now the market is about to push up. So it means that now the market, since the market is changing the direction, we might see something like this, something like this, pushing up like that, and again pushing up like that, and just repeating the same thing, going higher. But what I'm trying to show you here, it's quite different. It's not exactly maybe what you think. I understand when you see something like this, you just say, oh, Kenzo is just showing us an uptrend. Yes, I'm showing you an uptrend, but remember, there will be something like this, where the market is going to create some areas where you should understand and see before maybe you even let's say you even decide. Because what is going to happen here, the market might break this area and maybe create something like 1, 2, 3, 4 before pushing up. You see that? So this area, you should know that, okay, since this is an uptrend, it means here actually it's a nice time to buy. It's a nice time to buy, because the market might push higher, and after the market pushes higher, it might come back and respect this area. You see, then when it comes back and respect that area, sometimes it might be far from our support, but as long as it broke this resistance, it's going to come back and respect that area before pushing up. You should understand those things. I think I did something like this. Check my previous video, some of the videos, I think it's last week. You will see how these things move, and they move very simple. And if you understand, you will never miss these chances, you see. So what do we see here? So I think maybe from coming weeks, guys, I need to go live with you. We need to go live here on YouTube. The thing is, I'm still waiting for the installation for my fiber. So at the moment, they're still trying to. I think it's a new company. It's not a new company. They actually trying to install their poles, their cables. So when they done, I think they will be rolling out the fiber. So I'm just waiting for that. So now we just use, like, Vodacoms and MTNs, which they sometimes very poor, especially at this time of load shedding. So what is what do we see for this week? Obviously, you can see I already drawn that. I see a very nice bullish momentum. It might not play out like this, but most likely you should have a structure already in your head so that those things, when they happen, because mostly they just repeat themselves, you already know that, okay, something like this, it's now happening. You see. So let's say maybe the opposite happens. We will see this is now a valid, because this is a 4-hour time frame. This is now a valid support. So it means if the market breaks this area, we will wait for the market to come and retest before we can say, oh, the market is now trying to create another bearish momentum, because we were now starting a very nice uptrend. Now the market is changing the direction. You see, if that happens, but if it doesn't happen, we are still bullish because the market is still playing above our support area, which means we are still on an uptrend. I hope you understand that, guys. I hope you understand that, and I hope that it's quite simple for you to understand or to see, or you can able to do this thing on your own. Like, the aim is for you to able to capture whatever that you capture here, then you can able to do the same thing on your charts, so that you understand and see the bigger picture on your analysis. Or you can just combine with the strategy that you are using at the moment. Then guess what, it can be a very powerful strategy. So now we are on US oil. Let me just write that for you. US oil. So on US oil, we can see that the market is still very strong, guys. Oil is like booming. It's like going up non-stop. So let me remove this so that you can see a bigger picture. So what do we see? We see this thing is very nice and clear. This thing is just an uptrend. You see, if you already drawn this on your chart, it means you're not going to have a job every day just to draw these things every day. Once you open your chart, you'll understand, oh, okay, on US oil, we're still on an uptrend, which means I only look for buy opportunities. Simple as that. Just make things simple for yourself, because no one is going to make that simple for you, especially the market won't play easy with you. So make sure you do things easy for yourself so that you can be on the right side of the market most of the time, because you will never be on the right side always. So just know that. So here the market is still on bullish, but we can see that the market is still far from our support. So how can we get those opportunities? I hope if you watch this video several times, you now know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do something like that, something like this. So the market is creating something like this. Exactly the same thing that I was trying to show you on EURUSD, saying that the market is just pushing up. As long as you can see that the market is pushing up, it means we must find something. You can see the market. This was a resistance. The market broke that, came back and retest. Now we see the market pushing up. You see. So here is also another resistance. Let me just draw that again. Then the market might break that and come back and respect that. But when you check, we're still far from our support. It means that it doesn't mean that you should wait for the market to reach this area, because if you wait, you might find that the market will come there maybe next month. So it means you will be like trading what, you see. So it means you're going to have few trades. So you just have to make this favor for yourself and see, okay, the market is creating something like this. So guys, this strategy, you can just, it's just a resistance and support, but on top of our trend line strategy. So it's just trends, and at the same time we have resistance, support, resistance, something like that. Then the market is just doing something like this, because mostly when people use like trends line, they forget that there's still support lines and resistance line. They forget that sometimes, you see. So now I'm reminding you that if you see something like this, take advantage of these areas, enter here, it's a profit. Here maybe it's obvious because we were on support, but other ones, they won't just be as easy as maybe you can get, or maybe you might find the easy ones, they will be like one or two, because you can see this this uptrend started like maybe last month, but you can see only the market came like 1, 2, 3, 4 times only. But you might, if maybe you used that, you were going to get like almost 10 opportunities, you see. So what do we see for this week? We see that the market is still pushing up, but this kind of strong bullish momentum, don't just expect it to go to the moon. So there's a possibility that this market can just reverse a little bit, maybe retest, breathe. Yeah, now, the market has to breathe a little bit, so we can see the market breathing maybe next week or a few days to come before we see another push up. But with the rules, with the strategies, that is our knowledge. We know that maybe the market will come back and retest somewhere along the way, but that is just the experience that we have. But the strategy says what? The rules says what? Okay, since we are above the support, we still on bullish. Don't just predict things too much, because sometimes knowing too much or having too much information, you end up not trading, because you just say, oh, the market is about to come back. I know this happened, this and that. Yeah, that's where the information or the experience is working against you. So you should understand that, okay, there is part of the experience, but that experience should also follow the rules. The rules says the market is pushing up. So let's just do that only until we see the market breaking this support area. It's where we're going to say, okay, now it's time for to see what might happen. Maybe the market that wants to change the direction, and now is where you can just apply your knowledge, and you say, oh yeah, now I saw that coming. I saw that coming. The market was just very, very strong on bullish. You see. Now we are on gold, guys. Gold. So this area we're no longer going to talk about it. You can see that the market was on bearish, broke out, now ranging. Now the market is breaking that. It's trying to give us some nice moves, but this is crazy. This is very crazy moves. Uh, you can see it's really, really crazy moves. Yeah. So we can see that we had this ranging market after the market boom broke out. Now the market is back at the same level again, you see. So what do we do on something like this? So what do we do? It's not like whatever that we do, we should know that, okay, this is what just we do now. It's not like permanent or something. We just need to see if this thing works. We just need to see if this thing works. So what is that? We throw this trend here. We just want to see if the market is really respecting this. If it's not respecting that, it means we need to take it out. You see, we're going to remove that if the market is not respecting that. But at the moment, it seems like the market is respecting that. Let me take this up to here. It seems like the market is still respecting that. So it means now our thinking should be, we should be thinking about something like this. Since we have this support, it means the market might create something like that. Why? Because previously we saw the market starting to push up, boom, coming back again. Maybe that might happen, you see. But still, we should be flexible. Then if that doesn't happen, it means, let me just do this here. If that doesn't happen, let's say if that doesn't happen, it means then we going to break that support. If this uptrend is not happening, let's say the market doesn't push up, because this is what we see. Why? Because we see the market is was moving on a very nice slope here. So it means if it's not expected, we will see the market breaking this area and moving, doing its thing again. Maybe we'll say, okay, let's remove our support line. But I think that we will see that tomorrow, because I think the market has to take direction tomorrow, or decision tomorrow, because we can see that this area is very like, I don't think the market will just stuck here. So I think maybe the market will just go down, or maybe respect our support line and try to push up. But this move, guys, this was quite crazy. I don't think most of us were never knew that the market was going to create something like this. We thought maybe around this area, maybe the market might try to push up, something like that. But you know what? Gold is gold, so we see some crazy moves like this. So there's nothing that we can do. We just have to wait for the market to give us this next direction. If it's pushing up, we're in. Actually, we need to have a buy pending order around this level, like 1770. Around that level, it's where we should just place our buy pending order. If the market pushes up, our order will be ready. If not, the market will be going in another direction, which our order will not be triggered, which is very safe. So for this week on gold, I see the market pushing up. If not, we will see the market breaking here. Then we will see what might happen. We might see some another consolidation moves, or anything can happen, guys. But at the moment, I think the market might respect this, even if it doesn't seem to be strong. But it seems like the market respected that several times, because if we go to a bit smaller time frame, I think we're going to see 4 candlesticks around. You see. So let's go to the next one, which is NASDAQ, our favorite indices. The one and only. This is the one and only indices that we love to trade. NASDAQ and US30 is the ones that we love to trade. So what do we see here? Is NASDAQ 100 is 4-hour time frame. We can see that the market, this was recent. You can see the market was respecting that, was respecting this resistant move, but we found some support area. Now the market created a support line. So guess what? The market is now pushing up. And with that steam, you can see the market is very strong. The market was very strong on bullish momentum. So that's why we see guess what? This is 4-hour time frame. So we see a breakout here. We see a breakout, and that never happened. That never happened. In few weeks or even a month, you can see that since here the market was just respecting that area. Now we see a breakout. This might be a very nice opportunity for us to hold up to maybe 15,800. That can be a very nice opportunity. But remember the market, what the market is going to do, it won't just move straight like this. Expect the market to create something like that, you see. I hope that maybe you'll understand, you see. So don't expect the market to give you some crazy moves, but with this momentum, we can expect the market to push little very fast. And if you miss the market around this area, it means it's going to be difficult for you to enter, because sometimes the market won't just give you those bounce back. So the market won't just retest or reject or rejections. Sometimes the market will just look how the market moved here. So it means that might be very few. So it's much better to find the market on the breakout, or when the market is trying to give you the higher lows. But this is NASDAQ. Sometimes you might not find those things, you see. So make sure you wake up early, try to find some nice entries around this area. Then the market can still consolidate, because this is a breakout, and try to retest before we can see another push. So it means actually we just supposed to have our nice entries here. Then we will see what might happen. So it means for this week, I'm very bullish on on NASDAQ 100 since we see a breakout here. I think tomorrow we'll see maybe the market reaching this area. We might find a gap. It's possible that we might find a gap. Maybe the market will be reaching like 15,200, which is very close. You can see that it's somewhere here, which is very close. So it means we might find a gap. Then after the gap, maybe the market might try to consolidate, boom again, or when the market opens again, we might see some nice push again. But at the moment, everything is still bullish. This week, I think the market will be bullish. Don't expect the market to just move crazy. Expect the market to have some nice move like that. I hope you understand that. So let's go to the other one, which is US30. US30. While US30 is still loading, guys, please smash our subscribe button if you find this information very helpful. So what do we see on US30? US30 also, it's much similar to what we saw on NASDAQ. So we have a very nice resistance line here. Here it was a support line. So that was broken, and here, remember guys, we made a very nice profit from this. So the market just broke out of this, and we had our entries around here, this area. Then the market just went in our favor. Guess what? We were eating on Friday. So, but I think I already took my profit out. I only left with one position, and the other ones, they are still on NASDAQ 100. So what do we see? We see that this is a very nice breakout, but guess what? There is no retest here. So this is what I'm talking about on NASDAQ, that if you see that breakout, there's possibility that the market can just push up, and while you're still waiting for that rejection, it doesn't happen. And guess what? This is 4-hour time frame. It means how long will you wait? These are like 4. There are so many. So I think maybe it's almost a day. So it means you can wait, or maybe for 3 days for that to happen. Sometimes it doesn't even happen. We might see another push. So here we have another resistance. I can't say it's a very strong resistance, but I can see that actually it's where the market started to reject. You can see the market started selling off from this area. So it means this area, we must also respect this area, guys. Why? Because the market is approaching that. Once we approach that, if you have a position, try to lock, try to take your partial profits, because there is possibility that the market can respect this area and try to push lower, as this happened few weeks ago where the market respected that area. So it means we're going back to that area again, the same area. So it means we might find some rejections here, or if that doesn't happen, we will see a breakout. Then we will say now the market is going to the moon, and that is what we want. I told you guys, if you see the market doing something like this, just know that us who only buy, we are just making something. Us who always buy, we just making money, because we just buy every opportunity that we see. To us, we just wait for a small sell-offs or very great sell-off. Then guess what? When the market is pushing up, we go up with it. So we just make some money going up. So we don't go against the trend or against US indices. I hope you understand that. That is my strategy. So on US30, I think you can see that the market is still pushing up, unless if we break this area, we're still going to push up again, or maybe the market is going to respect this and we might see some similar moves. But the best thing is wait for the market to give you the structure. Don't just jump on the market and act like you know. Wait for the market to do its thing. Then you will see the moves. You will see the higher highs, the higher lows, everything, the supports and the resistance. You will find it. So we are on German 30. Some they call it German 40, but the move is still the same. I think on in trading view that they did not change the names. So what do we see? We see that this is similar to what we saw mostly on NASDAQ 100. The market was still under this bearish. Now we see a push. So, and after this push, what we have to do is, you can see that the market already closed above that. This is a 4-hour time frame. So we expect the market to push up. Remember, there might still be some maybe rejection or retest, something like that, before pushing up. But that is fine as long as we've broken our resistance. It shows that the market is now changing a direction. So now the market is about to push up. I hope you understand that, guys. So this is a signal, guys. You can see we have a buy pending order at 15607, a stop loss as or at 15477. Our take profit is 16060. You can just put whenever that you want, as long as you made some profit. We expect the market to push a little bit higher. That is the signal that you can just, because I saw some guys, they say you can just give us some entries, stuff like that. I think I will start to do that. I don't know if YouTube allows stuff like that, but if you lose whatever and don't come back to me and say, because some people, they just expect some miracles, they expect to win every day. So the best thing that you can do, apply your risk management, apply your strategies and your trading plan. But what we see here, we see a very nice buy opportunities. This is a very nice buy opportunity since we've broken out of that resistance. I hope you see that. So let's go straight to the last one, which is France 40. This video is very long, I understand, because this is weekly analysis, so you can expect our weekly analysis. Since we talk about weeks or days, so it should be a bit long. Take your time, watch the video, relax, enjoy. I think you're going to learn something. If you want to be in my free groups, check my description, you'll find my Telegram. Then it's where we can talk. If you need some help, it's where you can just find some help. So we are on France 40. So France 40 also had some similar moves with other indices. We can see that maybe the latest resistance was something like this. We see a breakout. You can see that. Then after we see that there was a breakout that happened, and guess what? There is no way you can enter if maybe you were still waiting for some rejections or some retest. So here it's where you can just apply your knowledge. Apply your knowledge when you trade indices. Why? Because most likely when they break, that rejection doesn't happen instantly. We might see that maybe after some time, but not now. We might see that happening later or something, because there's other areas which seems to be like they're just higher highs, but there were not really some strong resistance. Guys, for those who don't understand, they think like, let's say I want to show you something. I also thought the same. When they see an area like this and the market is moving towards that, they just conclude and say this is a resistance. No, that is not a resistance. This is not a resistance. The market just bounced back from that area. If you want to confirm that that is a resistance, wait for the market to come there twice. The third time the market, then something like that, we will say, you see there it's a resistance. But just because the market created some nice highs before, that doesn't mean we have a perfect resistance. The market can just go through that very easily, you see. So a resistance or a support, it's where the market, you see this area, the market, when we draw the line, the market, let me just show you that nicely. The best thing here is for you to gain that information, even if the time is not on our side. So look at this area. We can see that after we drawn this area, the market really respected this area. That you can call a support, but you can't just say this is an area, it's a resistance. That's why you see even the market comes back there, it doesn't even like try to consolidate or do something. The market just push straight. Even here, don't call it a resistance, because when the market comes back, the market will just go like there was nothing. But here you can see every time when the market comes here, the market was just respecting. It's like similar to here, you see. So at the moment, I don't see any resistance on France 40. So it means the market, it's free to go or it's free to move. So we might see some nice aggressive moves. Remember, some companies at the moment, they just releasing their financial year reports and stuff like that. So people that are gaining their profits, so it means we might see some bigger moves, something like that. I hope you understand that, guys. Please, if you forget to smash that subscribe button, please smash it now, like, share with your friends. Let's grow the channel. The channel is growing very nicely, guys. It's growing very nicely because of you. So please stick to the group, just ask questions on the comment section, and then I will try to help you. This is Kenzo Xtrahot Forex. Bye.